What up, guys? HarryWilmington here, and greetings from Kenya. That's right. Once again, I am traveling. I am out here helping to film a documentary, and so therefore, I'm not currently in the States. So while I have a break in filming, though, I'm like, you know what? I got questions I could be answering. I could be making some videos for you guys. So I had a guy actually leave me a comment under one of my videos recently that I thought would bear answering in the video. So he said, "Hey, Harry, when should you let a woman you're dating meet your parents? I've been dating this woman for a month and my mother wants to meet her now. I'm reluctant to do it because I need another month or two to solidify her feelings. What do I tell my mom to ease her feelings, or do I let my mom meet her now?" So originally, a few days ago, I responded in the comments and said, I don't know your relationship with your mom. I said with mine, I could just say we're still getting to know each other and I want to make sure she's going to stick around before I bring her around, because my feeling is ultimately like women need time. Women need time to date you and to see what you're about before you bring in family. And there's reasons for that I'll get into in a minute. So he responded back and said, I did. My mom is saying that I'll run the women away if she doesn't meet her. My mother didn't like that answer. Too funny. So here's the thing. For one, unfortunately, I've just found this to be generally true, that women sometimes, they mean well and they think that the advice that they're giving you is good, but more often than not, it's not. So in this case, I wholeheartedly believe his mom has the best intentions. Like I believe she actually feels as though if the girl he's dating is able to meet her sooner than later, then it's going to reflect positively on him, because she'll be able to see how great of a mother that he has, and therefore he's got a good family and all this other stuff, right? So I get the reasoning behind why she would think that's a good idea. You as a guy watching this have probably experienced, like I have, what happens when you bring women you're dating around your family too soon. And what happens on more often than not is that it feels like pressure, because you got to think of dating, right? Like I tell you guys, it takes 2 to 3 months to solidify her feelings. All you're trying to do during those 3 months is get to know her and let her get to know you, but not in a way that's so intimate that it feels like you're rushing the process. When you introduce things like friends and family to a woman too soon, that's what ends up happening, is that on her end of things, it feels like it's a rush job. Now, the woman you're dating might not even think about this kind of stuff. They're not oftentimes aware of the things that we do that ends up turning them off. All they know is 1 minute they were feeling kind of hype about you and about the potential you guys had, to suddenly you do a thing that seems like it's forcing things too soon. And all of a sudden she starts feeling that I don't know why I'm suddenly turned off, but I just feel that way feeling. And it's a thing that they can rarely explain. They can't pinpoint exactly when it is that you did a thing that resulted in them losing interest. All they know is that they lost interest. So that's why it's your job as a guy to just know that when you do certain actions and moves, you're going to make women lose interest, all right? Now, this also goes to your parents, and your mom in particular. Your mom, being a woman, is not going to be thinking about every time he brings a person that he's dating around, rightly soon after, they end up losing interest and they're no longer dating. Like, your mom's not going to notice that pattern, because again, she's just in the mindset of like, oh, my son's dating somebody. It's so great. I'd love to meet her. I want to see who's making my son all happy. And there's a time for that. But the time for that is not in the first 3 months of dating, when you yourself don't even know she's going to be around long term. Because it's annoying. Let's just be real, guys. It's annoying to bring women home to meet your parents, and then like 2 weeks later they're gone. And then you bring somebody else, you start dating somebody else, and then you bring them to your parents, and then 2 or 3 weeks later they're gone. Because then you become the person that just is like, why is he always losing women? And again, nobody can explain this stuff, and your mom can't explain it, So I have to let you know that that's going to be a thing. So when your mama's telling you and trying to guilt trip you into bringing girls around, or, hey, let me meet her, or she sounds so good, why can't you let her meet your mom, or are you ashamed of me? One, you don't have to tell your mom that you're dating anybody until after you get past the point where you guys are in a relationship. Then you could say, hey, mom, guess what? I got a girlfriend. I'm going to bring her around. You don't have to have the conversation with your mom of, hey, so I've been on 2 dates with somebody, and especially if you know she's going to get hype about that and want to start asking you to bring her around. Like, you don't have to. You're a grown person. You can decide when to let your parents know that you're with somebody, seeing somebody, whatever. But I find if you know that the pattern is generally when you start dating somebody and you tell your mom that she wants to meet the person, then you could say, you know what? I'm just not going to tell mom that I'm dating anybody until I'm actually in a relationship. I've spent 2 to 3 months with them. They've gotten time to know me to where it's not going to feel like a forced thing when you bring your mom around this person or vice versa, you know? So I would say if your mom is mad at you, again, you're grown. Your parents don't always have to like your decisions. And that's the thing. The household I grew up in, my mom was very much a person that was like, hey, we don't have to agree on things all the time. I might want something from you. And if you can't do that, that's fine. I'm still going to love you. We can talk about it and discuss it, but I'm not going to like throw you out to the wolves or say, or disown you because you're not doing what I like. And I get that I'm very privileged in that way because not everybody I realize has that relationship. You might have the relationship where you feel as though if you're not doing things that are pleasing to your mom, then she will be, she'll get angry and she'll curse at you and cry and say, how could you? I'm your mother, whatever. If you have that kind of relationship, I feel bad for you. It just means you're going to have to not tell your mom some stuff. I know you want to be open with your mom. You want to think that you can tell her this stuff and not have her freak out. I know as a grown adult, there are things that in the past, if I've told my mom, I know she'll freak out. So I learn not to always say those things, and that's your right as an adult. You don't have to tell every single thing to your mom. So I would say ultimately at the end of the day, you have to know what's going to be best for the situation and best for what's going to better your chances at getting into a relationship. So if you find that introducing women to your mom results in them heading for the hills because you're doing it too soon, then you have to know that what's best for you is to not do that and also to maybe not tell your mom that you're dating somebody until you've actually made it official. So hopefully that answers your question. For the rest of you guys, I'm on vacation for the next 10 days in Kenya here. And so I have downtime between when I'm going out and doing safaris and shoots. And so if you have any questions you want to ask me during the course of my time here, leave them in the comments or write to me at HarryWilmington@gmail.com. Also, if you want a leg up in your dating life, I highly recommend checking out the Get Girls Academy. It has all of my best programs in there, ranging from how to do online dating, how to attract women, but also how to shift your mindset, how to shift your mindset so that way you are the most positive version of yourself that you can be, so that way you can go out there authentically and live the life that you've always wanted to live, which would also help you get women. You can also sign up for a free 7-day trial of the Get Girls Academy right now. You can just go to HarryWilmington.com, check out what it has to offer. If you like it, we'd love to have you check it out. That's all I got. I'm Harry Wilmington, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace.